Hello, welcome to the Antisocial Club. I'm Diamond Alexis. Today I will be doing my Q&A finally. I just hit 15K, so I'm super happy about that. Thank you to everyone for 15K. I love y'all so much. I really appreciate every single one of you. It really means more than y'all know. But yeah, let's get started. So my name is Diamond Alexis. That is my real name. I get asked that question in person. I used to get it sometimes online, but I don't get it as much. But in case you're wondering, that is my actual name. My dad named me. Um, I am 26. I'll actually be 27 in a few weeks. I can't believe time is going by so fast. I'll be 27 November 7th. I am a Scorpio. I have a twin brother, and then I have an older brother who is almost 30. My favorite color is pink and green. I wear a lot of black, but I love pink and green. So if you ever see me do stuff, it's usually pink or green. I don't like purple, despite the purple yarn on my bed. That is actually for an order, but I don't like the color purple. You'll never see me in purple. You probably won't ever see me make anything in purple to like advertise because I just don't want to wear purple. I don't like the color purple. Don't ask why. I just think it's a very ugly color. I love pandas so much. When I was in high school, I used to, during my graphic design class, I used to watch the live pandas at the San Francisco Zoo, I think. They had like a live stream where you could watch the pandas all day. I used to watch that in high school. That's how much I love pandas. I love jewelry. I love silver. I am a silver girly. I'm starting to get into copper because of crochet. The copper helps my arm pain and stuff like that and my hand pain. So I am getting more into copper, but I am a silver girly, so you'll always see me in silver. I love jewelry. So a little bit about my wall in the back because I got asked about it. I do like dark things, so I love skulls. This is a skull I made out of cardboard and like nail gel and hot glue and paint. It took a lot to make this actually. It was actually supposed to be a video, but I never posted it. But if y'all want to know how I made it, I don't mind doing a video because it was actually fun. It was a lot to do though. My wall is mostly filled with my art or character drawings. So this side is mostly my art. This is Robin. She is made out of watercolor. And if you've ever purchased anything from me, you probably got her in your package because I sent her as like a little mini art thing. So this is her. I painted her in my sketchbook. She's made out of watercolor, and then like pen. This is Cynthia. She is made out of acrylic paint. This is, I was doing that trend where you put fabric on canvas. So that's what that is. It's the letter D. I don't know if y'all can tell because it's black, but it is the letter D. That's Bob Marley. I love Bob Marley. I've always been, I don't want to say obsessed, but obsessed with Bob Marley. This is Ryuk. Some people have pointed this out in my videos. He's an anime character from the anime Death Note. It's the first anime I watched as an adult, and I love his character design. I love the way he looks because I love like darker stuff, and I just love him. This side, oh, this is also a painting of mine. Her name is Bubbles. You can't see the top of her, but she has like bubbles at the top of her, and she's an elf. Bubbles the elf. This is a canvas my mom got for me for Christmas one year. It's a picture of me redone. I think they did it in like Illustrator or something, and then they put a panda right here because I love pandas. This character drawing, this one right here, I got in New York in I think 2019. It doesn't have a date, but I believe it was 2019 when I went to New York. This one I got when I was in college. Our college had like a little fair day for some reason. It was my junior college, and they had a person doing character drawings, and so I got one done. You can see I have my like school lanyard on because we had to have it on at all times. But yeah, So to get into some of the questions, why did I start Antisocial Club? Why the name Antisocial Club? So originally I started Antisocial Club because I anticipated it being a channel for me and my brothers to use. So like on certain days, each of us would post. So like I might post on Monday, my twin might post on Wednesday, my older brother might post on Friday. Originally, that's what the channel was supposed to be. That's what I had in my mind. So that's why the name Antisocial Club. But it didn't end up being that way. It just ended up being my channel, of course. And so I just kept the name because I mean it's fitting. I'm antisocial. I don't do very much. So I don't know, it grew on me. I love the name Antisocial Club. Plus I think it's short, it's catchy, and a lot of times I'll be on like Facebook or on TikTok and y'all be like, "Oh, that's Antisocial Club." I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." So that's why the name, and that's what made me start Antisocial Club. Someone asked if I could do more vlogs. The answer is yes. I usually vlog. I just don't post them. I'm like bad at recording stuff and just not editing it. Like I have a lot of vlogs that I just did not edit, which is not good. I have a second channel actually, which is my visual diary. So a lot of times when I have vlogs that I don't post that are like backed up, sometimes I'll just edit them, go ahead and edit them and put them on my second channel. I will put it in the description of this video if anybody wants to go subscribe to it. And I'm gonna try to start posting more on there, but I need to be more consistent on this channel first. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. But I do post on there occasionally. The next question, did I go to school? Yes, a lot of people think I'm in high school. I am not in high school. I have not been in high school for a long time. I am way older than I look. I did go to college. I graduated in 2020 right at the start of the pandemic, which was a good thing and a bad thing. But I got a bachelor's degree. I have a general studies degree in business and sociology. I originally went to school to do nutrition type stuff. I wanted to do quality control work. That's originally what I wanted to do after graduating college, but because of the pandemic, y'all know how the whole job market went, so that never happened for me. So I ended up trying to do my business full time because I actually was unemployed for almost a year, and then I found a job, and then I was unemployed again for a year, and then I got a job, and then I quit my last job to do my business full time. So yeah, it's a lot, but I didn't originally plan on using my business degree for like business stuff, but it just ended up working that way. So in the end, it worked out. Um, but yeah, I did go to school. I went to TWU, Texas Women's University in Denton, Texas. If y'all want more on like my college experience and stuff like that, I don't mind doing a video. I feel like my college experience was very different. I actually hated school very much. um, I changed my major 4 times. It was rough. It was rough. So if y'all wanna like story on like my college, just let me know. I went to Navarro College in Corsicana. I went there for a year because I was originally supposed to graduate early, and I was supposed to graduate and get my bachelor's degree in 3 years. So I was able to get my associates within 1 year, but then it took me 3 years to get my bachelor's. So yeah, it's a whole like thing. So if y'all want like a story time on it, just let me know. Like if y'all ever have any like college questions, just let me know. Someone asked, have you always known you wanted to pursue something artistic such as crocheting? No. So it goes back to like the whole college thing. I originally, went to college because I grew up in an era where we were told that we had to go to college in order to be like successful and do things in life. But now it's like obviously we see that that's not true. And also like they say, the bachelor's degree it's not even worth as much as it used to be. Now you need a master's degree, and I'm definitely not getting a master's degree. But I originally, like I said, went to school. I wanted to do quality control work because I don't know, like I think that would be super fun. I still like wouldn't mind doing it, But again, I graduated in 2020 right as the pandemic was like getting really bad and they were starting to shut things down. Um, so I wasn't able to find a job. So I just ended up in this career path. And because ended up in this career path, I realized like that's what I probably should have been doing originally. Because I originally wanted to go to school for like animation. I always say if I go to school, back to school, I want to do like animation, like Transformers 3D type animation. Or I would love to do like video directing because I've always wanted to direct music videos. So I would probably go back to school for something more artistic, but I didn't realize that I would be doing something artistic because I didn't go to college for something artistic. Because again, when I was growing up, we were told we had to go to college and you had to get a degree in like a real job career. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. So in the end, no, I didn't know that this is what I was going to end up doing. And I didn't plan on crocheting to do like make it a business. It just so happened to work out for me. Like I only started crocheting because there was a hat that I wanted and I was like, I want that hat, and I was unemployed and I couldn't afford it. It was like a $90 hat. It was a ruffle hat. And I was like, I really want that hat. And I was like, I can make that myself. I literally made it that day. That day when I posted it on Instagram, everybody was like, I want one. And so I started selling them, and then it turned into a whole thing. So yeah, no, I didn't realize it. How do you balance your hobbies with your work and content creation? Well, I don't. I am working on like balancing everything. I'm not the best at being organized. Hence why a lot of times I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna drop this video, and then y'all might not get it till days later after I said I was gonna drop it, because your girl brain be all over the place. Like I'll be doing one thing, stop it, start another, stuff like that. But I try to kind of just follow with what I want to do at the moment. So like, for example, say today I'm gonna crochet. Like if I be like, oh yeah, today it's Friday, I'm gonna crochet today. If I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I don't feel like crocheting, I want to paint. That's what I'll do. Like I'll do exactly that. So I'm not very good at balancing, but here and there I'll actually get my life together sometimes and like write a list like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, do that. Like this week I've been pretty organized, but um yeah, I'm not the best. So I'm not like the person to ask about being organized, because I'm not that organized. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not really good with balancing my hobbies. I kind of just try to do whatever my body and my brain tells me to do. So if my brain says to do this, then I do that. If my brain says do that, then I do that. Like, you know, there's really no balance. It's just go with the flow really over here. Someone asked my top 5 movies. So my top 5 movies is kind of difficult because I don't have top 5 movies of like all time. A lot of times I say I have like a top in each category. I don't have like a movie that I'm like, this movie is better than every single movie in every single category. I don't have one. So when I say this list, it's not in any order. It's just like, you know, I'll let you know. Like this is my top movie in this category. So for example, right here, I have A Low Down Dirty Shame. That is my favorite black movie. I love that movie. I've watched that movie too many times. I probably quote something out of that movie every week, more than once, because I watched that movie backwards and forwards. That movie is so good. It has one of the Wayans brothers, and then it has Jada Pinkett Smith. I love that movie. It is my favorite black movie. My favorite like action gory movie, because action and gore is my favorite genre of movie. So my favorite movie in that genre is this movie called The Raid 2. They have like The Raid 1, which is the first part. Then they have The Raid 2. The second one specifically, that is my favorite movie. I love that movie. Again, another movie I've watched over and over. They have it on Netflix. It's not in English though. I don't know why they don't have the English version on Netflix. They have it in like Portuguese and Japanese, I think, but they don't have the English version, which I don't understand. But really good movie. They do have it in English somewhere. Don't know where you can watch it in English, but when I watched it, in English. I think the very first time I watched it, it wasn't in English. It was in the original language, so I had to read the subtitles. But then they came out with the like dub version, and so I watched it. 10 out of 10 movie, would recommend. Next, some movies from my childhood. I love Spirit, the like horse movie. It's called Stallion of the something. I love that movie. It was the very first movie I ever cried on. I'm not a crier, so the fact that I cried on that movie is crazy. And I refused to watch it as an adult because I thought it would make me cry again. Because I just remember watching that movie when I was a child and bawling my eyes out. But I watched it a few months ago as an adult, and I don't know why I cried. Nothing sad happened in the movie. I think I probably cried maybe because he got separated from his mom, but I don't know why I would cry over that. But I love that movie. I have watched that movie so many times. That movie and Anastasia is my fourth one. I love Anastasia. When people would say, "Who's your favorite Disney princess?" I would always say Anastasia. If those songs from that movie came on today, I could sing these songs word for word. That and Spirit. Anastasia and Spirit had the best like soundtracks. I love those movies. Um Last, I couldn't think of anything, so I just said Deadpool. I love Deadpool. I hadn't been to the movies in years, but y'all know Deadpool just came out. And of course, I went to watch it in theaters because I don't miss a Deadpool movie. So that's the movie that popped in my head at the moment I was writing my list. So I'm going to say my fifth one is Deadpool. But keep in mind, this list could change at any moment. Now, my top 5 TV shows, this is in order. I know these, like, okay. First one, Avatar The Last Airbender. I love that TV show. I have watched that show too many times. I've probably watched that show over 100 times. When Adonis, my dog, was a puppy, I used to play that show for him on a loop so that he wouldn't get like separation anxiety because he would like hear the talking and stuff from it. So like now when we have storms, I'll play the show so he can listen to it. I love that show. That is my number one favorite show in the entire world. I have all these seasons on DVD. I still go back and watch it to this day. I probably have watched it all the way through twice this year. So yeah, it's rare for me to rewatch stuff. So if I rewatch a show, just know it's good. Next, I also had this playing for Adonis when he was a puppy. That 70s show. I love the 70s. I love like the aesthetic of it. And that show is funny. I think that show is hilarious. I watched that show a lot of times as well. So that 70s show is my number 2. Degrassi, oh my gosh, I watched Degrassi, and I've watched all the episodes, like even the ones I think they came out in the 90s or 80s. I've watched the old ones, like the ones that my mom used to watch when she was younger. I've watched those. That's like I love that show. If y'all never watched Degrassi, you're missing out. Like I'm not big into like drama shows, but for some reason Degrassi just had me in a chokehold. I love Degrassi. Next is Attack on Titan, which is another anime. I love that show. It's such a great show. I mean, I've probably watched it maybe 5 times. Um, I probably rewatch it maybe once a year. Such a great show. It's a little dark, but it's good. And then the last one is Game of Thrones. Duh, who doesn't love Game of Thrones? If you don't love Game of Thrones, it's probably because you have not watched it. I don't know anybody who has watched Game of Thrones and been like, I don't like that show. It's a great show, okay? But it is gory and it does have action. So, y'all know me. If it got gore and it's got action, I'm here for it. Someone said, what are some of the things that I love to do on my free time? So, I love to draw. I always say I'm an artist. I love to draw. I love to paint. I love to listen to music. I love music. Music is my whole life. Um, I love to go to concerts. I love to go to festivals. If you follow me like on my social medias, mostly like Instagram. I'm mostly on Instagram a lot. So if you have me on Instagram, you know I love to go to concerts. I love to go to festivals. I've been to Afropunk. I went to Coachella, what was it, 2, 3 years ago when Frank Ocean was there. I think it was 2 years ago. I went to Coachella. So much fun. Um, I've seen probably over 100 artists live. I love concerts. So those are things I like to do in my free time. I like to go outside. I just got into like trying to be more active, especially since I don't work at a regular job, because all of my jobs were like warehouse jobs or like things where you require like lifting and stuff like that. Which surprisingly I really love those type of jobs. But since I don't do that anymore, I kind of just sit in the house, which is not healthy. And so I've been trying to find things to help me get up and like move around. So I've been trying to get into like jump roping, hula hooping, and like walking, because I hate exercising. I hate sweating. And I hate working out and exercising, especially doing like traditional exercises. Those are the worst. So I try to find ways to do like exercising that are a little more fun. So hence the jump rope and the hula hoop, which I do like. So, you know, I love to drink tea. You can see my teacup sitting right here. I love green tea. Tea is my favorite thing. I love tea. Um, we didn't grow up drinking like juice and stuff at my house, so we always drink like tea and like water. So I have tea and water. Um, I love to take pictures, hence why you'll always kind of get like photo shoot type pictures whenever I release pictures. I love the editing that comes with pictures. Taking the pictures is like, okay, you know, it's all right. But the editing that comes after taking the pictures, that is probably my favorite. I love editing. I know how to use Photoshop. I know how to use Illustrator. Um, I did take those classes all throughout high school. I took them every year of high school. So I do know how to like do them and use them. So yeah, those are like the things that I like to do. Play with my dog. I never did talk about my dog. I do have a dog. His name is Adonis Leon. He is 4 years old. He's a lab blackmouth cur mix. He's really bad. He weighs almost my body weight, so he's very heavy. I got him as my college graduation gift to myself because I didn't get to do anything after I graduated college and I was very upset about it. So I got a dog, which I got a puppy, which would not recommend, but I love my dog. I love him. I had to pay to get him trained. So, you know, that's a whole nother story in itself. Someone asked my top 5 animes. So, very easy. My top 5 animes are 1, Attack on Titan. Again, blood, guts, gore, anything like that will always be my top because that is my favorite genre. So, Attack on Titan. 2, I love Black Clover. The character development and the story building is really good in that show. I think the pacing is phenomenal in that show as well. Like, it's not too slow, it's not too fast. 3rd, I mean, if this is not obvious, JJK, so Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, I was Gojo for my birthday last year. Love that show, really good. My favorite character is actually Inumaki. Death Note, hence Ryuk, obvious. And then my 5th one is an anime called 91 Days that is very slept on, and I very rarely hear it pop up in discussions. Is super good. It doesn't, nobody in the show has like special powers or any like supernatural abilities. It's based in the Prohibition era, and it's just a guy getting revenge from his family getting killed by the mob, and it's like a short 24 episode anime. Really good, really good. Very slept on, very slept on. If I could travel anywhere right now, where would it be? Japan. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll learn a lot about me. But I am doing Duolingo. I'm learning Japanese at the moment. Konnichiwa. So I am on day like 58. I'm almost on day 60. I think I'm on like day 58. But I'm learning Japanese because my goal next year is to be in Japan. I plan on being in Japan next year. So I am speaking it into existence right now. Next year, I will be in Japan and y'all will have a travel vlog because I just really want some authentic ramen and I really want some soup dumplings. I've never had soup dumplings and I really want some so bad. And I really want some authentic kimchi. Like, y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea. I love ramen. I love pho. I love kimchi. So, yeah, I just want to go to Japan for the food. Like, I want to go for other stuff, but I mainly want to go to eat the food. How long have you been crocheting? When did you become self-employed? So, I've been crocheting for almost 4 years. My 4-year anniversary is in May. I think it's May 9th. May 8th, May 9th, one of those days. I became self-employed exactly 1 year after learning how to crochet. Um, it, it moved really fast. So thankful for that. I just worked hard. Like, I'm a very much an overachiever, so anything I do, I try to like do it at my best. It doesn't matter like who it's for or like what I'm doing. I always try to do my best. And um, so yeah, because of that, I was able to become self-employed exactly a year. It was a little bit before my 1 year anniversary, but it was in May. Yeah, it was exactly a year, and so I've been self-employed for 2 years now. Really cool, really cool. I'll probably speak more about it in my other part of my Q&A, but just to answer that question. So next question, someone asked biggest accomplishments business and personally. Um, so I have like 4 things that I could think of. I made this list last night. So these are the 4 things that I could think of. One, becoming self-employed only a year after learning how to crochet. I mean, that is a huge accomplishment in itself. 2, I was able to, within my year of crocheting, it hadn't even been a full year, I was able to get one of my fur balaclavas. The fur balaclava that I'm making in my fur balaclava tutorial is the one that I gave to Smino. If you don't know Smino, I will put a picture of him. That was one of my biggest accomplishments. Not only that, but y'all know I said I love music and I love music videos. He actually wore my balaclava in a lyric video that he did. I'll put like a little snippet, of course. So that was a huge accomplishment, business and personally. Graduating college was a huge accomplishment because it was very hard. I struggled through college, but I got through it and I was able to graduate on time. I think that's like my biggest accomplishment because I knew I was going to graduate, but I didn't think I was going to graduate on time because, again, I was supposed to graduate in 3 years. I ended up graduating in 4, like, you know, like you're regularly supposed to do. So I'm really glad that I was able to do that. So that's a huge accomplishment. My brand, 1107 is the name of my brand. When I started crocheting, I was shipping out to different countries, which I think were really cool. I would say some of the countries, but I don't even like know how to pronounce some of the names. Like, I have 1107 in Russia. I believe somebody ordered in Russia. I have a lot in Canada and the UK. And I think somebody in I want to say Africa ordered. I have like all like just all over the place. And that was a huge accomplishment because it's one thing to like sell things in state, but be able to sell things out of the country in countries you've never even heard of. Like I've had things go to a few islands. I'm like, I've never even heard of this island. So that was pretty cool. Hawaii, stuff like that. Um, Lastly, the thing I can think of is therapy. I've gone to therapy twice. I always talk about my therapy here and there. If y'all want me to like make a video on like my therapy and stuff like that, I can. But that is also another huge accomplishment because without therapy, I would not be who I am and where I am today. So yeah, those are some of my biggest accomplishments, business and personally. Someone asked, do I collect anything? Not really, but I do have a bunch of panda bears that I just refuse to get rid of because again, I love panda bears. I have one specific panda bear. His name is Teddy Bear Montgomery. I've had him since I was born, and actually he's older than me. My dad gave it to my mom when he was in college, I believe. He sits up at my TV. Y'all never see that side of my room, mostly because it's dirty, but he sits up on my TV and I love him dearly. If anything ever happened in the house and I had to grab stuff to go, he would be one of the things that I would grab and go because I love him very much, even though he's an inanimate object. Someone said, how do I know how to do so many things? Well, I don't know. I'm a very random person. My interests change very often. I always tell people my hobby is like learning. I love to learn stuff. Like I'm one of those people who will go on YouTube and those like 3 hour, 2 hour videos that is like teaching you about like I don't know, dinosaurs. I think that's the last one I watched that was like super long. I will watch those videos because I love learning. I know a bunch of like fun facts. I love fun facts. I always tell people like I'm a very passionate talker. I'm very introverted. I'm not shy because I don't mind like speaking or like doing public speaking, but I am introverted. But I always tell people that I'm a passionate talker because when I do like talk to people about stuff, I know so many things that it doesn't matter what I'm talking about. Like I can tell you something about it. Like I love learning like random stuff. So yeah, I believe those are all of the questions that I got. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope that you were able to learn just a little bit more about me. I know I don't get on here and talk too much about like myself and stuff like that. So I want to start trying to be more personable. But I know like for me, my regular speaking voice is more like monotone, very much like nonchalant sounding. Because I actually recorded a Q&A months ago for my 10K subscribers when I hit 10K. But I usually when I get online, I try to sound more upbeat. And in that one, I kind of just sounded like how I regularly talk on a daily basis. And I was like, somebody's gonna think I have an attitude, and I don't. So I was supposed to re-record it, and I just am not getting around to it. But I told myself at 15K, I'm gonna re-record it, and I'm gonna post it. Doesn't matter what I sound like. So yeah, this is part one. I might, like I said, break this up into maybe two more parts. But we'll see, because it's a lot of questions. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, literally, these are like questions that y'all asked me. Like I didn't like search for these. These are questions that I literally got asked. So we'll see. But yeah, hopefully y'all learned a little bit more about me. If y'all have any more questions, please leave them down below. I don't mind answering them. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. Again, I want to say thank y'all so much for 15K. I really appreciate all of y'all. Y'all have no idea. I will see y'all in my next video. Y'all have a beautiful day. Bye.